Hello Virgo, welcome back to the channel. I'm your host, Virgo the Victorian. I'm here to do another energy spread for you all. Got a brand new deck, excited to read for you. Happy Friday, Virgo. Please take a moment to like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Please go into the description box and tell me where you are on planet Earth. I'd love to hear from you. I can see you in the algorithm, can really feel your energy. I'd love to know where you actually are. Okay, Virgo, let's get into it. So Virgo, I know that you're in kind of like a contemplative energy. So I wanted to read like a subconscious mind kind of energy reading. Let's see what the universe has for you. Universe, send me a message for my Virgos. Send me a message for my lovely Virgos. Meditation and escapism. So Virgo, this is you like looking at the bigger questions of your life and really trying to kind of make sense of your journey. You could be doing something spiritual like meditating, praying, whatever. For some Virgos, this could be escaping, like going out partying, kind of drinking and, trying to mix up your energy, and you're looking for answers and you're just really trying to get signs from the universe. Vulnerability and empathy. So Virgo, this is you being such an empathetic person and being vulnerable to other people's feelings. So this is a really positive energy to be in. Virgo is the service sign. You have such an open heart. You really feel other people's pain. You're someone where if you see people on the news or whatever, you feel so sorry for people. You just have such a love of others and you're always giving to others. And then this is like a deep intuitive thing too that comes from within. So this is your energy that you need to protect and just be aware that if you get too heavy or too negative, like your empathy starts shutting off and you stop giving to others and you stop loving others, and the universe wants you to stay in this open heart energy. Relationship solitude. So this is about like a relationship with yourself. You're kind of going within. You can see the person within the person here. You're having like deep thoughts about your life, your journey, and your persona. Like, who are you really? And you're asking yourself all these big questions. So for some Virgos, you could be like kind of taking long walks to yourself, trying to get outside to the city or whatever, and really looking within yourself. Yeah, love hurt cards. So for a lot of my Virgos, this has to do with like some kind of a trauma from your childhood and some kind of pain that you've carried around for a long time that you're trying to resolve within yourself. You can see that there's swans on the card here. So for a lot of Virgos, what I'm hearing is that swans are significant to your childhood. So think back to what you associate that with. And a lot of Virgos, it's not a real swan. It's like a swan that was sort of it could be like a flower planter, or it could be like a ride at the fair, or it could be some kind of a decoration or something at your grandma's house or something like that, because you're associating swans with a time in your life where you were innocent and happy and things kind of made sense to you at that time. And you can see how the swans are kind of making this heart. And then in the reflection in the water, the heart is broken. And so this is you remembering like an innocent heart time in your life. And then you went into some kind of a trauma that you went through, and some kind of a painful time that you went through where you really lost your ability to fully trust and kind of like receive love. So this is what your angels are kind of guiding you towards, to try to heal this energy in yourself, and also to return to this other identity of yourself, of your inner child self, where you were in like a happy heart trusting energy, because that's really where you're meant to be, and to try to rechannel this loving self. And if you see in the card, it's sort of like a image of like sexual stuff. So for some of my Virgos, you could have been engaging in some promiscuous things because you're trying to work through these feelings of anger, sadness, isolation. But this is something that you need to heal for yourself, and no one else is going to kind of give this to you. So this is about self-care, self-love. And for some Virgos, you could have to go to therapy for these kinds of things, and just make sure that you're taking care of yourself first. Yeah, so shadow light work. So this is about like a deeper journey within to try to resolve these issues and do shadow work. You can kind of see the person walking in the canyon here. So I'm picking up that a lot of Virgos are having really vivid dreams, and you may be having a dream about being lost over and over. And this is kind of like a metaphor for searching for something, or for some of my Virgos, you could have dreams about being in the Grand Canyon or something that looks like the Grand Canyon, and you're kind of like a wandering. It's like this feeling of wandering, or it could be sort of like a just a dream of being like anxiety, like in the city, like you don't know where you are, or you're rushing for something kind of thing. And so this is something that's kind of bubbling up from your subconscious, and trying to come to your attention. Reflection, overthinking. So this is the Virgo's mind all the time, always overthinking, overanalyzing. But in this case, it's good to kind of overthink things, because this is what you need to do to go within and get these answers for yourself, and not deny yourself these deeper kind of thoughts that are kind of popping up for you, and to allow yourself to take this journey into your subconscious mind. And you can kind of see the two faces here, the one that she's like kind of fiery and a fiery energy, and then this other hidden face, or the reverse face, is like this happier face that's like submerged in the water. So deep within yourself is this other happy self. So Virgo, if you feel like you're stuck in some kind of like a devil energy, or some kind of a fiery, you feel too fiery, this is like anger and sadness and stuff like that, the universe is trying to pull you into this other side of yourself, this self within the self, where you had a deeper peace, an inner peace. Yeah, so self-doubt and hope. This is the inner child kind of card, and you can see again it's like images of a person within a person, and then there's a sun on the card. So this card is about kind of replaying or redoing things that made you happy when you were a child. So think back to kind of simple things that you enjoyed as a child. And for a lot of Virgos, it's just time outside. Like, we really live in the hyper-connected world where we're constantly on screens and whatever. And so take the time to go outside and just be in the fresh air energy like when you were a kid, and really try to completely unplug. And I know that's hard. A lot of people at your job too, you're told that you have to take your phone or whatever. And it's really important to push back on that if you can at all, and say, like, I really need time. And you know, something that I've heard people tell their workplaces is like, I'm going somewhere camping with no cell service. So you could try that and say, you know, I'm going to Canada where this location, there's no cell service, if you have to just really unplug and disappear and get off the grid. And depending on where you are on planet Earth, try to engage in some kind of outside activity where you're not connected to your stressors, because there's things that are triggering you right now, and a lot of my Virgos are feeling overloaded and just burned out, and a lot of Virgos never processed the pandemic and everything that went on, and this is something that's just kind of heavy on your mind, heavy on your energy, and now's the time to kind of step out and allow yourself to process these stressful things. Okay, offended and enlightened. So this is an interesting card, because this means that something that you were previously closed off to is going to kind of give you some sense of happiness and peace. So something that you used to think, I'd never do that, now you're going to try it. It could be a specific religion. For some Virgos, this could be therapy. Like, you could have grown up in an environment where you were told, I'd never, no, don't do therapy kind of thing, because it's too whatever. And now you're going to give it a try. Or for some Virgos, it could be like yoga meditation, where you thought, I'd never do that, that's too kind of flu for me, or whatever. Or for some Virgos, it could be getting into like a cardio activity, and then seeing like a meditative quality to cardio, because if you really get into exercise, it actually really is super good for processing anger, stress, depression. But you have to get over this sort of bump in the road of getting started on it. And Virgo, you could be the kind of person that's just not into exercise, and you're more of like a homebody person that's like, I don't need to be out running in the street, and you think people that run in the street are weirdos, and like, what kind of person, you know, I don't need that. And then you may try it, and you may really find it super beneficial, you know, for you. Or you may try some other alternative kind of thing, like hypnotherapy, something of that nature. So Virgo, just keep your mind open, because something's going to kind of pop into your life that's like a therapeutic opportunity, and if you try it, you're going to like it this time. So generosity, egotism, this is a negative card. So Virgo, watch out that this is kind of like a seduction card, that there's someone in your energy that's trying to use your trauma against you. So you could have been talking about trauma and telling people, I've been going through kind of a difficult time, blah, 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 or I'm feeling stressed, I'm feeling overwhelmed, and just be cautious because there's some, like I'm getting kind of like a wolf energy or some kind of a predatory energy where there's someone that's listening and watching, and they are just, going to try to use this against you. And you see this kind of flower on the picture. It could be someone that has drugs or something of that nature where they're going to try to tempt you in some type of way, or it could just be emotional manipulation where the person's going to try to just get something out of you. And for a lot of Virgos, it could be a sexual thing, but it could just be someone that wants to use you for money or attention, or it could just be someone that is a bully, right? Because sometimes if you open up to people and you tell them, look, I'm been through something really hard, people could use it against you. So just be cautious that there is someone like this in your energy. And the gender doesn't matter. I know it's a woman on the card. It could be for men too. So just be wary of who you're telling everything to. And, no one needs to know the truth and the whole truth about your life, especially if it's vulnerability, right? Discomfort and resentment. So this is like thinking about the past and being pulled back. And you can kind of see this is almost like a weird portal energy. So this is like you thinking about your journey in life and your childhood trauma and where you come from. And then it's giving you like a resentment towards your upbringing or your family. Boundaries and respect. So this is a card that, like, what I'm picking up on for a lot of Virgos is that there's a person in your life that you've had to set a really hard boundary with, because see how there's this weird kind of it almost looks like a fungus growing on the woman. This is someone that you deem to be toxic and you thought they're a negative influence in your life and your family's life, and so you've had to put a boundary on them. It almost looks like a virus where you're staying away from the person, but this is like a spiritual emotional thing where you're like, I can't be around this person because they're too negative and they're too toxic. So Virgo, remember to hold up this boundary with this person, because again, like sometimes when you're vulnerable, people will try to creep in from the past and whatever, and this person is kicked out of your life for a reason. So this is forgiveness, grimness. This is like a really heavy card. This is you thinking about someone that died a violent death or died way too young. So Virgo, you're for a lot of my Virgos, you're thinking of someone that commits suicide, or they could have been murdered, or something really bad happened to this person. It doesn't have to be a woman. Gender doesn't matter, but this is a person that you worry about in the spirit world kind of thing. Like you think, what happened to this person's soul? They died. It was wrong the way that they died. Again, it could be that they died young, in a car accident or whatever. But this is really in your energy. This is something that caused you kind of really pain and misery at a younger age, or this is something that happened years ago for a lot of Virgos, and then this is popping up in your energy because when you think about one bad thing, then other doors open and this negative energy starts to come towards you. But be cautious, Virgo, because negative entities like demonic entities and the devil and whatever will use your worst memories against you. So just be really careful. Don't dwell on this person's death. Think about their life. People aren't how they die, they're how they live, right? So I know it's really, whatever this is for you, this is really very serious stuff. And for some Virgos, you may have even thought you saw the person's spirit. You may have thought I saw them, I thought I felt their presence, but it was a scary thing or a bad thing because you worried about them in the afterlife. So Virgo, my advice to you, and then the universe, message for you, is to sort of shut the door on this for now. And if you feel this person in your energy, you can't deal with it right now because you're dealing with your own issues. So don't dwell too much on this kind of a really heavy energy, and just be focused on yourself right now. And so do try to don't try to contact spirits, don't try to talk to a spirit, nothing like that. And just try not to think too much about this really heavy thing. Yeah, sadness, anger. So this is how you feel about this person. Then it's really, you can see the pictures like a waterfall. This is like a chaos energy, that's just kind of flowing, 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 right? And it puts you in this sad, anger and sadness is the same emotion, right? And so this is different events in your life you're kind of connecting, that aren't connected, but they all made you sad and angry, and it's kind of uh, becoming sort of like a storm or whatever, right? And so, yeah, just be mindful of giving in too much to your negative self or your darker self, because I feel a lot of people are in this like kind of heavy energy. True self, pseudo self. So this means that as you're dealing with all these weird things that are coming up and all this trauma and stuff like that, you're still functioning in your life. So you're getting up and putting kind of your face on, putting a fake smile on, going to work, doing all this stuff that you're supposed to do, going through the motions of your life. And for some Virgos, you might almost feel like disconnected from your life, like your life is like watching a movie or some weird thing, or you think I'm just going through the motions. I don't feel, because you have this hidden self, and the hidden self is the angry self. Sadness, anger, pain, trauma, whatever, and you think I can't let anyone see this. I have to wear the mask, but the universe really wants you to deal with your hidden self now and heal this sadness that you feel, so you're not split between these dualities, because you can only split yourself for so long. And what you need to know is that the shadow self will eventually take over, and that's what happens with people with addiction and whatnot and depression. So Virgo, take the time to take care of yourself and address this other person. And I know it's really hard because you have a lot of obligations, right? And so your daytime self, like your kind of fake self or whatever, where you're going through your job and you're doing everything you're supposed to doing. And for some Virgos, even when you're parenting or something like that, you may feel like you're just pushing yourself at times, or you're kind of wearing a mask at times. And then, but it's important to recognize this other self and to heal this other self. Asking, telling. So yeah, the vibe that I get from this, again, this is a person that you can't trust in your energy. So this is this person that's kind of trying to use your misery against you. And Virgo, for what I'm picking up from this card, you can see this woman here. It's someone that has like a really innocent looking face. There's something about this person that's like a really kind of angelic quality, or a doll-like quality almost. So it could be someone like this woman on the card sort of has a look of like a old-fashioned doll, or it could just be someone that has this really cutesy kind of look, but then they do really bad things, right? And they get away with a lot because they're so cute. And then this person, it could be male or female too, they're in your energy and they're trying to use whatever's going on to their advantage. So just be aware. Advice and listen. So this is a different person that's going to really give you good advice. So whoever this is like your best friend, or this person you think of as almost like your twin. So it could be your spouse for some people. It could be your best friend from years. It could be a sibling. It's someone that you kind of think we're so much the same, or you think whatever souls are, we have the same kind of type of soul kind of thing, and you think we're so similar. So this person is here for you, and I think a lot of Virgos, you're going to be having like a really long talk with this person, and you've probably been messaging them this week saying call me on the weekend kind of thing. So Virgo, just know that God's love is coming to you in the forms of friends and mentors and this person. And for some of my Virgos, God's love always comes to you through pets too, and nature. But specifically, there's going to be someone that's reaching out to you that is a good and trusting friend who's going to really listen to you. Ooh, physical pain, emotional pain. So Virgo, this is like, if you're really, our deep trauma can manifest in all these strange ways. It can give you headaches. It can give you stomach aches. For some people, if you're processing trauma and pain, anger, it can be like rashes on your body. And for sure, it can put your neck out, that kind of thing. And for some, my Virgos, you're not sleeping right. So again, this is really just about self-care, and make sure that you're doing everything you can to take care of your physical body too, and get enough sleep, and go get yourself a massage if you can, and really try, because you have to take care of yourself before you can take care of others, and your physical body is kind of everything in a way, because if it breaks down, then you're really screwed, right? um, so try to really take care of yourself physically at this time, and if there's something in your body that's hurting you, go and see the doctor, and make sure to take care of it, especially if you're kind of like a parent or you're really busy and you're saying, I can hear people, I hear you in the collective saying, like, I don't have time, and I don't ever go to the doctor, kind of thing. Well, this is the time to go and take care of yourself and do whatever you need to do to take care of your physical body. Gratitude and indulgence. So, this is that same negative person again, where they're really overindulgent, and this weird image on the card is freaking me out. Like, see how the face is gold, and it reminds me of Game of Thrones when her brother was killed with the gold on his face. I don't know if not all Virgos have seen it, but it's the vibe of a very toxic sibling, and this is what was coming out in your energy this week. So, Virgo, see, this is what I'm hearing is like a lot of you're being pulled into past trauma by your sibling or someone that's in your family that's they're going through, a spiral. So then it's kind of triggering you to think about all these negative things. So just be really cautious of this person in your energy, because they are, you can't save this person. You're trying to kind of save everyone and save yourself, and you have to prioritize yourself. Loneliness connections. So this is a positive sign for you, Virgo. I know, see how there's the islands on here, and I've been picking this up that about a lot of Virgos are going to take a trip this year, and if not, you're going to find something online that you really enjoy. It could be an online community. It could just be something that's, like a website or something that's has therapy advice, something like that. Or you may meet someone online that you really like. It could be a romantic connection for some of my Virgos, but there's going to be some kind of a connection to like a paradise vibe. So you could actually go to a paradise, and you're going to have an awesome trip that's going to kind of heal your soul. Or you could meet someone that makes you so happy that it puts you into like a paradise headspace. And so you can see the images like kind of leaving the city through the internet to go to this beautiful place. So Virgo, just be aware of this journey, that the universe is trying to open this door for you, and go through and receive this healing. And again, like, negative people in your life are going to say, can't I come with you? And the answer is no. Like, you can't, or they may try to stop you from going on a trip, or they may try to stop you from, socializing with other people and say, I need your attention, kind of thing. And take this opportunity to go through these doors and do something for yourself. Okay, conflict peace. This is good. A good card for you, Virgo. So this is the universe telling that if you're able to face your inner conflicts, you will find a deeper peace within yourself. So for some of my Virgos, this is such an important time for healing. It could be you're going through all this introspection, so then you need to take this energy that's coming out and sort of sort it out. And for some of Virgos, this is about getting called back to your hometown for some reason, or going home for some reason. And for some of Virgos, this is going into like the country, like you're going to have to go into a small town setting or into a country setting for some weird reason. It could be like a death of someone in your spouse's family that you don't know, something like that, and then you have to go. Or it could be some kind of weird thing that's come up where you have to go and pick something up or whatever. And then this is going to give you a chance to sort of, this journey into like the country, getting out of the city, is going to give you a feeling of inner peace. And then this is something that's going to help you on this journey. Cherishing and suppressing. So, Virgo, this is like the universe letting you know that you're really cherished and desired by others. And remember your worth, and remember your value, and remember that others really want you, love you, need you. And so don't suppress your need to be loved. It's sometimes, if we're going through a lot of difficult things, it's easy to be really guarded and you don't want to let anyone in, but make sure to say yes to love, and make sure to say yes to being social with other people, and just being sort of desired by other people. Last card. Apologizing and a grudge. Look what a beautiful card this is. So Virgo, this is you really addressing a grudge that you have, and for a lot of Virgos it's like kind of like a grudge against almost the universe or something like that, or you may be really frustrated with your journey and think, why did I have to go through this? And so this is the energy that you're going to go through and address this deep kind of anger, and then you're going to sort of not receive an apology, but you're going to sort of forgive everything that you've been angry about. And forgiveness starts with forgiving ourselves, like let go of shame, let go of any, over analyzing your own actions, and then also sort of being okay with your journey and knowing that no one's life journey is all positivity because it's earth, right? And so you have to in some ways reconcile with the people that have harmed you in this lifetime, and not physically like being in a relationship with them again, or saying, you don't have to say it was okay, but just to sort of let it go out of your energy. So don't feel like you need to judge people. What I say is like hand people over to God's judgment. So just hand them over and let it go, right? And you don't have to forgive in the sense that saying that that's okay, or I see the person's perspective. You don't have to see their perspective, but know that carrying around anger and a grudge with you is just heavy on your energy, and it's affecting your day-to-day life. But you're going to come to this place of dropping this grudge and dropping this kind of deeper anger that's coming from within. This is like a really deep sort of devil energy that you're able to drop in the near future, and then you can see you're going to go into this kind of blossoming time where flowers are going to be like, you're going to be in this flowering energy, this like happy energy, this receiving energy, or blossoming in your soul and heart. And for some of my Virgos, there's something about like carnations or peonies. So you may associate this with your mom, your grandma, something like that. And it's going to give you this, again, like a childhood memory feeling of returning to your original self, of loving your life and seeing beauty in the world. Okay, Virgo, that's the message that I have for you. I'm sending you love, light, peace, and happiness. Love you so much. Love you just the way you are. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye.